let's do another Drawing Your OCs, Inktober style. Hello guys, so it's been a while since I've done a Drawing Your OCs. I thought I would do another one. So I thought this time around I would pick off Instagram since the last episode was based on email submissions. Like episode 3 of Drawing Your OCs, I thought I would do another Inktober edition because it's during the month of Inktober and I have all of my Inktober supplies out anyway. So I just thought win-win all around. I do realise that there are some people in my audience that are getting bored of the Inktober content. If you are, I apologise, but I will say that this video is a Drawing Your OCs. With that out the way with, let's actually introduce the first character. So the first character, his name is Kenji and he belongs to _J_X on Instagram. So his backstory is a little short, but that's fine. At least it gives me a rundown of what the character's been through, what he's like. Something of note is on Instagram, this was actually in a different language, so it had to be Google translated. So I've had to reword stuff and kind of like play around with it here and there just to make it make more sense. Kenji is a very shy young man who is very interested in art and music and therefore studies art. His past is not so rosy, which is why he still has little contact with his family, since he realised relatively early on that he was a homosexual, and his father wouldn't accept that. After he finished school, he was trying to build his own life from a failed relationship. He now tries to earn money with his art as a freelance. So drawing Kenji kind of hit a little bit close to home with me, because when I was drawing his clothes and everything, I just related so much with his baggy jumper because I'm currently in the process of losing weight and all of my clothes look like that at the moment. Also, studying art, I studied illustration in university. I related to this character a lot, okay? I don't really relate on a sexuality level, but I do have a strained relationship with my dad. It's really awkward. Another reason why I chose this character is because it was simple. With Inktober this month, I really do have a very strained workload, so I wanted characters that had a simplistic design that I could actually build upon in my illustration, and Kenji was just perfect. I loved his little lip piercings. I thought they were really cute, but obviously you can barely see it because of the pose. Kenji was too adorable not to draw. And for those people who want to enter Drawing Your OCs, I think this is a really good example of the fact that your character doesn't need to be too detailed and it doesn't really need to have too much of a backstory, as long as you've got an overall idea of a backstory and to outline the character's personality, so I can get a sense of how this character would be, so I can place the character in a scene. I always get asked how to enter this series, and all of the information that you need to know is down below in the description. If you want to enter your OC, please read the description. Or if you would like a visual rundown of the rules, you can actually go to the first 3 episodes of this Drawing Your OCs series of mine, and you can see all of the rules presented at the beginning of each of those videos. The playlist will be linked in a card and at the end of this video in the end screen. So I used my dip pen to line these. I really had a lot of fun with the dip pen, and I found that the dip pen does it so much quicker than the microns. However though, you don't get as much control, and when you're using Copics, the Copics like to smear that ink, whether it's like fully dry or not. I left this line work to dry for at least 12 hours and it's still smudged with the Copic ink. I did Kenji's artwork with the sepia calligraphy ink that I have, but I did the other OC with the black Indian ink and it still did the same. I'm having a funny feeling that it might have been the paper. However, the paper that I used was the cold pressed Arteza watercolor paper, which is super thick, so I would have assumed it would absorb the ink, but I don't think it did as good of a job of doing that as my Daler Rowney hot press paper would have. But it's okay, I can always use the Arteza paper on other pieces of artwork. It's just, it was kind of the wrong choice for this, I think. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little Easter egg in this one of my character Alex. I haven't really introduced her, but she is the cousin of my character Ruby Topaz, and she's got like very neon colours. I first made her up in a Scrawlrbox video, and I actually put her front and centre in Kenji's sketches because I thought it'd be a really cute little Easter egg to do. It wasn't intentional, but I accidentally drew the pillow that was from Bratz Genie Magic. You know, the one on the magic carpet? Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks. Here is Kenji. A simple composition, but really cute and colourful. So the next OC's name is Harper, and Harper belongs to dragon.doodles on Instagram. Not too much is known about Harper before she died. After she died, she met a creature named Calyx, who helped her through the underworld to meet Tempus and Mortimer, the rulers of time and death. Impressed by what they saw, the two granted Harper a position as a Reaper, a species who collects souls of the dead. Between collecting souls and roaming around, she spent her time with Calyx, who became her only friend. That is, until she met Mauve. Mauve had an ever-present aura of death, despite being one of the sweetest people ever. The two quickly bonded, and Harper began visiting Mauve instead of Calyx. Growing with hate and anger, Calyx created a disease that infected Mauve and wound up killing her. Now Harper must find a way to slay Calyx and revive Mauve before it's too late. Right from the off, I was looking for characters that were simple, as I said earlier, so I happened across Harper in my hashtag, and I really liked the fact that she had short purple hair. I thought she looked really cool, and it was so cool that it was done on toned paper as well. And then when I read her backstory, everything fell into place. I was like, yes, I've got to draw her. This story is really great because the character's dead. It's kind of like my character Skylar, because my character Skylar's dead. So I found an instant connection, and I found the story really compelling. This story had a goal in mind, which was to find Calyx. I hope I'm saying these names correctly. That goes for Kenji as well. I'm so sorry if I've said those names wrong. We're 6 episodes in. I think you all should know that I'm pretty terrible at pronunciations. So when entering in your OC to this series, you don't have to have a full body shot of your character, it's not necessary. However, when I do full body shots, it is helpful to know what your character wears. However, this particular one was actually pretty easy because I just gave her some cute little ankle boots, and I think it really complements the skirt. It just looks super cute. I don't know if she actually wears those shoes, but the fact that I didn't have any reference of her shoes, I could actually just make up my own. Something else about this character that was a little bit off for me was the skin tone. Because the original image was on toned paper, which is really cool, I couldn't really tell what the skin tone was meant to be, whether it was actually supposed to be that toned paper colour or not. So I just did a regular light skin tone. I hope that's right, I don't know. This also goes for her scythe, and I decided to make it blue just to match the blue accents in her t-shirt. I also made the soles of her boots blue as well, just so it would all be nice and cohesive together. Dragon Doodles, I hope I did a good job on this one. So unlike with Kenji's picture, I didn't actually experiment with a scene this time around. I just actually posed the character just standing with her scythe. It's because I knew the scythe would take up most of the page, and when you're working at A5 it can get really difficult with the amount of detail, so I just decided to do a normal pose. But I like the contrast between both Kenji and Harper. Oh, now we're at the point of the video where the ink smudges. You can actually just see it smudge everywhere, especially on the white t-shirt. So, oh, it just looks so bad. I feel so sorry for it. Something also to note, yes, I am using watercolours during Inktober. I'm using watercolours that kind of give the impression that they are inks because they are just so incredibly vibrant. I use them for the background more so because I can cover large areas without worrying about the ink drying out and not being able to lift the colour back up. It gives me a little bit of a safety net, let's just say that. So the final result of Harper is just coming up. I don't know what I was doing with the background. I just did this random thing with my masking tape and thought it looked interesting, so there's that. Again, if you want to enter your character into this series, all of the information will be down below in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them down in the comments section. I'll try to reply to as many comments as I can. So this video is wrapping up. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, you can like it, obviously, but you can also subscribe with notifications on to receive a notification every time I upload or live stream. I hopefully will be live streaming next week. They're going to be some of my Inktober pieces for the month, so maybe join if you want to. You don't have to, that's fine. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!